for extra baggage. So don't forget to come and pick up your don't leave no.
Okay, I'm back. Just a conversation, y'all. I'm here to have that conversation with y'all. Okay, today. I think today is the 11th or 12th day of Diddy's trial. Y'all, things is just going left. So Diddy's attorneys are trying to get a mistrial. They shooting for it. He asked the judge twice that they gonna have to do a mistrial. The judge said, we're not doing no mistrial. We're gonna go back after lunch and we ain't doing no mistrial. So it looks like that's all he got to for leverage is try to do a mistrial, because now him and Cassie's assistant for fashion and hair, he's gay. He came on there and he explained what he did for Diddy and Cassie. He helped dress them. He helped make sure their hair was looking good and all that stuff. And he was saying, yes, Cassie was looking the bomb, and everybody was laughing because he was very dramatic, very animated in the courtroom. Okay, so they talked about when he did something that P. Diddy didn't like. What did he do to him? He said he would drag the other girls by their hair and stuff. He said, but he would just pop me. He said, and one time he came in there and told me he didn't like Cassie's hair. He wanted her hair up, and I had her hair down. And that he took me and pinned me to the wall or whatever he did to him. And they said, and the judge and the attorney said, and then what happened after he hit you or pinned you down? I went and got some bobby pins and pinned that hair up. Everybody was cracking up. Then they talked about Then they had a fire marshal come in about Kid Cudi's car. They went over that, and I didn't know, y'all. Let me tell y'all that they used a bottle, a beer bottle. I think it was an Old English beer bottle, and they put chemicals in there. They call it a cocktail, bomb. I forgot the multi something cocktail bomb. I forgot how they say it. But anyway, and they slid, like I said, they slid open Kid Cudi's car for about a foot, because he had a leather convertible. So they cut it open and they dropped the multi cocktail bomb in there. And what happened was, this is the fire marshal telling this part. What happened was, once that bomb went into the car, it had a handkerchief that was stuffed down in the cocktail bomb, because that's how they lit it. And they lit the end and then they put it down in there. And when I say they, y'all know who I'm talking about. Yeah, his goons. And so him and his goons. So then they threw it down in there, but once they slid it down in there, the handkerchief that they had hanging out they had lit came out of the bottle. So once that handkerchief came out of the bottle, it didn't explode. It just caught the car on fire. Because what they looked like they were trying to do, this is what word on the street said. I have no proof that this is what they were trying to do. But the fire marshal did say that the reason why the bomb didn't blow up is because the handkerchief came out of the bottle and it did not get to the chemicals that were inside the cocktail. So it didn't blow. So because it was going to shatter everything. Well, the car was close to the house. So what they're saying is, word on the street is saying, what they were trying to do was basically catch the car, blow the car up, then it blow up so much till it'll catch the trees on fire, because his car was parked to the trees was next to the house. Then the whole house catches on fire. That's what word on the street says that they were trying to do. But the fire marshal said that could have happened had that handkerchief not come out of the bomb, out of the glass, old English glass bottle that they used as a bomb. So since it did, it didn't get that. Okay, so they talked about that. And then guess what else, y'all? They talked about, the fire marshal talked about how he was the one who investigated this, how he took fingerprints off the car. You know, once they do they put the car out, they look for fingerprints or anything around the car. So they had fingerprints, and they were not Kid Cudi's fingerprints. So they put them in evidence. And do you know that those prints are no longer available? They were destroyed. Yes, you heard me. They were destroyed. So, anyway, seems like, word on the street is saying, seems like they got a mole in the LAPD. That's what they are saying, allegedly, that there's a mole. Because for those fingerprints to come up missing, yeah, he's got help somewhere. So that's what I'm giving y'all, that right there, the update on the trial. And then the witness, that's the stylist, he talked about how he seen Cassie get her butt whooped all the time. And see, y'all, people are thinking it's just Cassie. No, the video made it Cassie. But it's not just about Cassie. There are other women that are involved in this. And these women got their butt whooped on a daily. If he didn't like something you do, he'll punch you, throw you down, kick you, hit you with something. It didn't matter. He don't even care. He called Cassie all kind of bees and hoes, and you better be at my house at this certain time. You know, he was just a monster. You know, but all joking aside, in all seriousness here, this man is basically deranged. And for him to want to fight everybody, his employees, he always fought his employees. I don't care if he was a cook, a dishwasher, a hairdresser, a makeup artist, a yard man, pool man. It don't matter who you were. He will whoop your butt if he didn't like whatever you doing. And then halfway don't pay you. So this is what I'm talking about. He must want to beat up everybody when he was little. He must have got his butt whooped when he was little. And he just grew up and said, you know what? Mentally, I'm messed up and I'm just going to fight everybody. That's the only thing I can think of. Ain't that much drugs in the world going to make you think like the way he's thinking. He just and didn't think that these people one day are going to get him back and retaliate back. He wouldn't be in this predicament if he'd have treated somebody nice. But if he couldn't whoop you and he couldn't beat you and persuade you to be a Diddy fan, a Diddy fan, then yeah, he can't use you. You can't work for him. That's how he was. If you can whoop his butt, he ain't finna work for you. You ain't finna work for him. Excuse me. You can't work for him because he can't use you. He can't beat you up like he want to. You can beat him up. So that's what happened with that situation today. So if I think of something else, I'll tell you. But also, I just was listening to Gene Deal. Gene Deal was saying, you know, a lot of people don't know why Diddy's being charged. It's all racketeering. It's the RICO Act. All you need is 2. Be convicted, 2 of them, to go to jail for the rest of your life. Well, now people are starting to see that this is a RICO Act. This can be racketeering here. Because the way Gene Deal tells it, he's saying that when he would get people to buy drugs and get prostitution, you know, call for prostitution, they just get them off Craigslist. Lord have mercy. Crazy stuff like that. But when he would order that, they asked, the prosecutor asked, well, how did y'all pay for these situations? How did you pay for drugs? How did you pay for prostitution? How did y'all do that? And the employee said, like the hairdresser said, Did you have to do some stuff like that? He said he had to watch Cassie get beat up. You know, he said one time he jumped on Diddy's back and tried to get him off of her, but he flung him on the ground. You know, so that didn't work. You know, but he asked him. He said, "How did you pay for drugs when you went to get drugs for Diddy?" He said, "I would pay for it out of my own money." And he said, "Well, then how would you get your money back?" He said that Diddy would pay him through Bad Boys Entertainment. If that ain't racketeering, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. And I'm sure it's some money laundering somewhere. I'm sure it is. They have yet to discover that. So that's one count. The person said that they pay for drugs with their money and they get reimbursed through Bad Boys. That's racketeering right there. It is right there. I guess that's some form of money laundering because that's got to go with the money laundering. But that's racketeering right there. One, you're buying drugs, and then you paying your employees back through your company. That's two. Three, you're paying for sex, prostitution. That's the third count. Four, you're laundering it. That's laundry through Bad Boys. Bad Boys company. All they need him on is 2 counts, and I done said 4 already. We ain't talking about bribery. I ain't told you about that. How he bribed Cassie's mother. Told her, if you don't pay me $20,000, your daughter's pictures will be all over the place. Her nude pictures. Her next sex tapes. That's bribery. That's 5. They're trying to get him on extortion for the car. That's 6. What more do you need to see that this is RICO? What more do you need to see that this man needs to go past under the jail? What more do you need that he just about need the electric chair? What more do you need to see? I don't even know why they keep having a trial, but they gonna keep throwing up. Diddy's team keeps throwing up a mistrial. Stop it. They need to stop it. This man can't get off because they can't find no ammunition to help Diddy to get off. They see he gonna get convicted with racketeering. They know it. But yet and still, they still letting this man go forward with it. He need to throw himself on the mercy of the court and let the chips fall where they may right now. Before he go down this walk of shame of racketeering and he get life. Man, come on, think. Have some parts of your life left. But then, the devil will lead you right where you need to go and drop you off. So he thinks he can beat this, so there you go. When he get convicted of this, he gonna look back at it and say, I should have took the plea. Now, Gene was also telling us on Art of Dialogue. I like Art of Dialogue. I follow him too on YouTube. Gene was on Art of Dialogue, and he was saying that the daughters graduated yesterday, and congratulations to them. And Gene said something that I thought was very, very, very truthful. Those girls are 18, and somebody out of spite might do the same things to his daughter that he did to somebody else's daughter. See, you never know. This world we live in is sick. You don't know what people gonna do. But that's where we are. There are people outside the courthouse still trying to talk about Diddy didn't do it. That's domestic violence. How is hitting somebody that you don't love or live with, or they're your employee, domestic violence. That ain't domestic violence. When did that fall under that? He don't know what domestic violence is. So these people are outside the courthouse in New York talking about, oh, Diddy's innocent. This ain't no RICO act. Well, you tell me what it is. He didn't do it, because I got charged with. Once he said, the man outside, just a regular citizen outside, said that he got charged with that, something like that, and he had to do some time, and he was innocent, but he did time. When he said that, I said, oh yeah, your cannonballs is a little loose too. You don't even know what you're talking about. You don't even know what you're talking about. They need to wrap Diddy up with some wrap and ship him off down the river, because it don't even make no sense. This ain't even making no sense what's going on. Everybody's telling on him. They telling everything. Ain't nobody holding back nothing. They asked the stylist, did you get subpoenaed to come here? He said, I sure did. Did you want to be here? He said, no, I didn't want to be here. So that goes to show you, he got subpoenaed for his testimony. If he hadn't came, we wouldn't know what we know today. We wouldn't know how he witnessed people getting beat up. Cassie, him. We wouldn't notice nothing. We wouldn't know anything. But because he was subpoenaed, he had to come and tell, or else he gonna go to jail. Now he ain't going to jail because he gave up the goose. So he ain't going to jail. But you see, people start singing like the Temptations when their life is on the line. But see, everybody went into this Diddy thing, and somebody got up there and testified and said Diddy was like a god. Yeah, they psychologically messed up too. Yeah, they psychologically messed up. So my whole thing is, Diddy did all this, and look what it turned out. Look how it turned out. Or how it's turning out. It ain't got real bad yet. They got a little bit more to go. Because the feds know what they're doing. They setting this up. They're tying everything in right at the right time. Now, there's some more witnesses supposed to come up tomorrow. Don't know who they are. Gonna be surprised just like y'all. But they coming. So I'm gonna be pinned and ready. There's a lot of things I didn't tell y'all about because I'm trying to make it short and sweet, but I'm hitting on the main topics. And that is that this man ain't got a cold or a hot chance in hell on escaping this and getting a mistrial. You can miss me with the mistrial. That's what you could do. Because ain't no way under the sun he deserve a mistrial. So his attorneys are saying that they don't think, this is what they're saying now, they don't think he'll have a fair trial because of all the things that have been said, and the judge is not letting, the judge is just letting it fly. He letting people just tell it. He ain't, when they say object, he say sustain, keep on with your testimony. Diddy's team is getting ate up. He got 10 people and they can't figure out nothing. They got no game plan. So all they come back with is a mistrial. No, miss me with it. That's what you gonna do. You gonna miss me with that mistrial, because this man cannot walk the streets ever in life. Because all these people done testified and said what he did. Do you know what, if he get out of jail, what he gonna do? Honey, you think this gonna scare him if he gets out of jail? Not to mess with somebody? Oh, he killing a bunch of people. Oh yeah. He got his mind made up. He getting rid of a bunch of people. A bunch of people. Because he got enemies out there too now, that he's scared of. But miss me with the mistrial. Diddy, you might as well gather all your children up and your whole family and say goodbye, because that's where you're going to be for the rest of your life and their life. And the whole thing about it is those visits going to get far, few in between of people coming to visit you in the penitentiary. Ain't nobody doing it like that. The first 6 months, year, you going to have people coming. If you going to have people coming as enemies, they going to come. But let me tell you, after a while, that's going to fade off. Ain't nobody coming no more. Because you're going to be just an afterthought. Yeah. I'm sure R. Kelly's experiencing that as we speak. But I wanted to jump on here and let y'all know what was going on for today. This was what's happening in New York right now at the trial. So tomorrow's another day. I'm going to come back on. I followed my girl. I want to give her a shout out to Tisha Tales, Ticket TV, Gene Deal, and Art Dialogue. I like all of them. Those are the people I follow. They give it to you raw and uncut. And I like the way they deliver it. So, when I do my research, I see what they talking about and take it from there. But in the meantime and in between time, I'll see y'all tomorrow, same time. I'll be back. We just had that conversation. So, see you then. Bye-bye.